We really appreciate your taking out time and joining us today. It's a weekend, and your investing time in the session today is a clear reflection of your desire to improve the quality of your life. And when we raise the level of our thinking, when we raise the level of our consciousness, the best part is that it is not only us who are benefited, but everyone who is around us who benefits from this rise in consciousness and level of thinking. And that is the endeavor we have at Mindful Living. I started Mindful Living in 2018. My name is Ashish. I'm the founder of Mindful Living, with an objective to help 1 million working professionals lead healthier, happier, and wealthier lives. Prior to starting Mindful Living, I worked in the corporate sector in senior management roles with organizations like Xerox, Tata Group, HCL Group, Dabur for over 25 years. In the last 4 years, we have conducted over 250 sessions for employees in the leading organizations like Aditya Birla Group, Tata Group, IBM, Microsoft, EXL, Swiggy, Schneider, etc., helping them lead healthier, happier, and wealthier lives. The session today is a part of our Mindful Living community, which we started in April 2020 when the lockdown was implemented and the stress levels and the uncertainty was at the peak. Here we conduct complimentary sessions every weekend on the application of mindfulness to different areas in our life. The sessions in the month of March are dedicated to celebration of International Women's Day. And women are so powerful, they are Shakti, but they face many challenges at home, at workplace. And I say this with full consciousness. I live in a family with my mother, my wife, and 2 daughters. And I understand the challenges, and I have a sister who is a working professional. And I understand the challenges which ladies face in their day-to-day lives. And that is the reason our first session in the month of March was dedicated to family and career. Unfortunately, the session, regrettably, the session could not take place because our speaker had to fly to Ukraine. She's a pilot with Indigo Airlines, and she had to fly to Ukraine for evacuation of Indians from there. So that session could not take place, and that reflects the challenge many women face in their day-to-day lives, where they have to balance multiple priorities. The session today is dedicated to the image which women have, as they step out or as they work from, that they are at home, because they are constantly being judged basis the way they dress, basis the way they speak. If they dress very conservatively, they tend to be branded as Benji. If they dress very boldly, they are not taken very seriously. The way they talk, the way they laugh, everything is being judged. So it's very important for us to understand how should women project themselves as images of power, reflect the true power that they have. And there is a perception that women are not so as intelligent as women are, and that is why there is a pay differential in the salaries in the corporate sector. And keeping that in mind, our session next week is dedicated to being a super learner. That's a session being taken by Ms. Deepti Gupta, who's a cognitive skills trainer, and she's going to talk about how to become a super learner. And the session on the last Saturday of this month is on the true identity of ourselves, which is a book reading session, The Greatest Secret. That book is by Rhonda Byrne. So in case you would like to be part of our community and get updates about these awesome sessions that we do every weekend, please click on the link that has been shared in the chat and be a part of our community, where we share updates about the events that are going to take place and the recordings of the events that have taken place. So on that note, I would like to introduce our speaker for the day today. Aarti is a resilient and charismatic, internationally certified image consultant and soft skills trainer. We had the good fortune of having Aarti speak on our platform a couple of months back, and she is one of the few speakers we have invited more than once to speak on our platform because of her sessions have been liked so much by the members of our community. She set up and heads an organization called 360-degree Image Makeovers, and she very beautifully combines the learnings from Bhagavad Gita into the modern day world. You know, how to apply the learnings from Bhagavad Gita into our day-to-day lives. She works actively with educational institutions, private sector and government sector organizations, and she spearheaded a great initiative, which is the first Life Skills Olympiad, which was attended by more than 15,000 students from over 100 countries. So Aarti, we are very fortunate to have you today as a speaker. I really appreciate your taking out time from your busy schedule and joining us today. Just before I hand over to Aarti, friends, I would like to share with you that the session today is not a podcast. So please keep your camera on. It's very difficult for the speaker to speak to black tiles. You know, we'll be happy to see your vibrant faces and interact with you. This is also not a TV show where you can lie back and enjoy. We would encourage you to participate actively, share with us your reactions. You know, there is in the toolbar, you have emoji, reactions emoji, show love, show appreciation, clap whenever there is something which you like and it resonates with you, and take notes as Aarti speaks, because she's going to share very many valuable insights in the session today. Just one last thing, I would like you to take a minute and share with us your intention of joining the session today. What is your intention? What is it that you would like to walk out with after an hour today? So please take a minute, gather your intention and share with us in the chat box, or you could unmute yourself and speak. What is the intention of joining the session today? What is it that you would like to get from the session today? And while you are thinking and sharing, I would like to invite Aarti and hand over the session to her.
Thank you so much, Ashish, for having me here.
Thank you, Aarti. We are getting some messages on the chat. Shilpa says, be the best version of myself. Thank you for sharing that, Shilpa.
Thank you, Shilpa, for sharing that. And a very warm welcome to all my community members. And Mindful Living is one of my favorite communities. Why? Because the people here are not the simple people, not the regular people. Why I say so? Because I've been taking sessions for the last 15 years and I've seen a marked difference. They are so much more evolved than a normal day-to-day person. Having said that, I would like to share, as we are celebrating Women's Day out this month, so this is my special contribution for all my women members, and yes, male members are also invited. We women, we have to face many challenges. It's not about making women strong, already strong. It's about changing how the world perceives our strength. At times, even after giving our best, even after putting in the best foot forward, best effort, taking care of the family, profession, in-laws, children, friends, still somewhere women are not able to command the respect and the regard that we have been looking for. So after today's session, you'll learn small tips and tricks through which you can express your inner self outwardly much more beautifully, and you'll feel much more empowered. When we learn the art of balancing our inner self and expressing it on the outside, that is when we feel most empowered. In image management, it's all about developing your inner strengths and then reflecting it on the outside through your appearance, behavior, and communication. These are the three things on which we all are judged. We like it or we don't like it. We human beings judge each other. And we all know that women are judged much more since we have to play many roles. As we play many roles as a mother, as a daughter, as a teacher, as a manager, as a professional, when we play these roles, we portray different images. The image which we portray as a daughter is entirely different from the image which we portray as an entrepreneur. The image which we portray as a mother could be entirely different from the image that we portray as a homemaker or maybe as a daughter-in-law. So since we are playing so many roles, there comes a time when there is no congruence between our inner self and the outer self. At times we get confused about who we actually are. As an image consultant, I help people develop that inner self, because unless we know who we are, how are we going to tell it to others? You agree with me or not? So if I ask you this question, that we all know a lot about what is happening in Ukraine. We know a lot about what is happening in Punjab elections, or maybe UP elections, or maybe what is happening in the house next to us. However, at times, if I ask you, tell me who you are, and tell me all about yourself, you might feel, I don't know, who am I? Is there anybody who would like to speak on the topic? Who are you? You can unmute and tell me what you feel about yourself. If we look back from where we started, there have been different versions of our own selves. And we always try to upgrade ourselves. Now, I would take a very small example. On every Diwali, we try to add on some good new piece, a showpiece in our house, maybe a cushion cover, we change the sceneries, or we bring the new cutlery, and we feel that the house is it has given a new look to the house. Has that ever happened? Who has done this? Tell me.
I have. I do it every Diwali, yes.
Thank you, Shilpa. Is that Shilpa who was saying?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So that adds a little sparkle to the drawing room. Now, let's suppose that one day you decide, maybe after 10, 15 years of having the same interiors, you say, let me hire an interior designer and then redo the house. How does that feel? The complete look changes. Now you tell me, is there a difference in adding just a little sparkle and getting the whole house redecorated? Have you seen that difference? Once a man says, I want you to speak, let's make this an interactive session, since there are not too many people here.
Yes, definitely. That makeover, the changeover, whatever, that it brings a spark to your life. It brings positivity. You feel good looking at something new again,
Yes. So let me ask you one thing. When was the last time you upgraded your cell phone? And this question is for everybody.
Upgraded your cell phone?
Cell phone. बहुत जरूरी है ना, ये तो हमारी लाइफ का पार्ट है.
काफी टाइम हो गया होगा अभी. 3 साल तो मेरे साथ हुआ है.
Okay, who else? Ashish, when was the last time you upgraded your cell phone?
About 6 months back.
Shivani?
Yeah, a little before that.
Okay, I'm reading in the chat. Shivani says 6 months. Anjana says 2 years. We all are very smart in upgrading our cell phones. You know why? We need new technology that makes our life brighter, that makes our life easier. Let me ask a tough one. When was the last time you upgraded yourself? Oh, where are the answers? We think that, sometimes just getting a new dress in the wardrobe, that latest fashion, a new handbag, or maybe doing a small course here and there, we kind of upgrade ourselves. However, there's a marked difference. It's just like changing the new cushions or getting the whole house redecorated. And let me tell you, dear friends, we pay attention to our family. We do everything for our children. We want the best for them. We try to save for them. And while we are doing all that, our own reinvention takes a backseat. And after today's session, I would encourage all of you to invest in yourself, because we all deserve a reinvention. When just by reinventing or redoing the house makes us feel so good, imagine what a change it would bring to your life when you can easily, in today's time, it's not that only the film stars need a stylist. It's much beyond. Image management is much beyond styling. It's about P, A, B, and C: appearance, behavior, and communication. And let's start with our today's session. Are we ready? Show me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let me share the screen with you. I think all of you can see the screen now.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So today's session is dedicated especially to women, since throughout the month at Mindful Living Community, we are celebrating International Women's Day. However, all these things are equally relevant for men also. Why? That you will get to know during the session. Okay, there's a quick small activity I want all of you to participate. You are a leader and you have to delegate one of your managers for a sudden critical meeting. And you have all these three candidates, the three women who you can see on the slide. And they have the similar capabilities, similar degrees, amount of experience they have is the same. Whom are you going to choose as a manager for a very important meeting? You can unmute and say, or you can write in the chat, whatever is convenient. First one, Ashish says
Yes.
first one.
First one. Yes.
Manoj says first one, yes. Pause it, that's it. Okay, let's come to the next one. So you need a chauffeur for your family, and you want that chauffeur to drive your car used by your wife and your daughter. Who out of these two men would you select? They both have this.
First one.
So the choice is obvious. I think unanimously we would choose the first one. Now, could anybody please unmute themselves and say, why have you chosen the first one?
Where I'm concerned, I feel this person is more mature. He has age as his advantage. So when he drives the car, he will drive more responsibly, is what I feel. So I will
Yes.
choose him.
Absolutely, Shilpa. You resonate the same feelings what I have. Who else? Shivani, are you going to say something? Unmute yourself first.
Yeah, hi everyone. I agree with Shilpa ji.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else who would like to say something? So I think we all agree that the first person looks more responsible. As Shilpa said, that I want somebody who's responsible, somebody whom you can trust with your daughter or your mother. And within how much time did you realize that the first person is more responsible?
appearance?
In less than 5 seconds,
Yes.
in less than 5 seconds, we create first impression.
Yeah.
And these first impressions are generally very difficult to change. And you'll be surprised, my friends, we all do that. And the research has been conducted that the first impressions, whatever you find in the first impression, they generally stay true till you work with these people for months together. And in these 5 seconds, we judge people on so many different parameters like their age, their culture, their education, their responsiveness, how much they have studied, even about their sexual orientation. We judge people on each and every parameter in less than 5 seconds. We cannot take the chance of not creating a great first impression. These 5 seconds are most important. And a Canadian psychologist, Albert Maharabian, has given a beautiful communication rule. You'll be surprised to know the words which we speak only comprise 7% of the total communication. Just 7%. And we pay so much of attention on building good vocabulary, reading books, strengthening our language, grammar, and things like that. Whereas that comprises only of 7% of the total communication. 55% is visual communication. When I say visual, I mean that people listen through their eyes. So we must learn to speak with our appearances. It never happens that we are not communicating. Everything we do, the way we sit, the way we stand, the way we move our hands, the way we express without speaking, our clothes, our lifestyle, everything about us is making a statement about who we are. And sometimes what happens that we end up giving wrong signals. And then we say, I've done everything good for them, and still people don't understand me. Sometimes we feel that we are not getting that respect and regard, maybe from the family, from the team members, from our juniors, from our peers. Why? Because at times there is no congruence between who we actually are, what we are doing, and what we are expressing through our appearances. We have to learn to speak the language of appearances. And when I say appearance, what does it include? What is the first thing? Let me ask all the lovely pretty women here. Let me see who all I can see. Gargi, Stuti, Ashmita, Ayal. Let me ask you one question. What is the first thing you guys noted in me?
Personality, outlook, the way you are dressed up. Your
Yes.
I want more precise answers.
Smile on your face.
Thank you, Anjana.
Your
What else?
red blazer.
Okay, yes, Ashita. I can see you know very well that the first thing we notice is the color and the smile. Thank you, Anjana. Thank you, Ashita. Thank you, all of you.
And something I noticed is you are dressed differently, just, that little, the accessory, the smile, the jacket. I think it all goes with, it's a combination, it's a package,
Yes.
which we see it in one glimpse.
Yes, and in less than 5 seconds, we create that charisma, which includes, when you see the accessory, I would tell you that as an image consultant, we call that a focal point. The art of creating a focal point, a positive focal point on which the viewer's eyes get stuck. They cannot afford to take the eyes off that person. These are the small formulas which I would like to share with all of you as an image consultant. 55% is appearance, which includes your clothing, your grooming, your body language, your facial expressions, the colors, and the accessories which you wear, all this comprises 55% of the communication. And 38% is the tone of our voice, the way we speak, the pace at which we speak, the tone, the pitch, the volume, when to slow down, when to stay quiet. Learning how to speak is also a fine art. You know, people learn to speak, how to speak when they are 4. Until 40, people do not gather what to speak and how to speak. So in communication, when I say A, B, and C of image management, appearance 55%, and then it's coming, B is your behavior, body language, and then C is your communication. So friends, let's not fuss about the vocabulary. Let's not feel guilty of not using the right grammar. Maybe if I'm not very good at English speaking, maybe I don't have this hold on the language, that comprises only 7%. All you have to learn to communicate through your appearances and how to speak, how to use the tone, pitch, and volume to your advantage. So coming to the next slide. Now, one thing that all of us notice in a person is confidence. And tell me, girls, what in your opinion is confidence? We all talk about all this. Bachon ko bhi bolte hain, be confident, you can do it. It's the confidence in you that matters. Now, I want to hear from you, what is confidence?
Talking without any hesitation.
Who said that?
So this is Fauzia.
Hi, Fauzia, very well put. I want some more answers. Is there anybody who would share what in your opinion is confidence?
It's about expressing the clarity in the mind through verbal or non-verbal communication.
Yes, Gargi. It's expressing with clarity. That is also a part of confidence. If you are clear about what you want to say, then you are confident about it.
I have one question. If I'm talking very sweetly, will I not come across as a sugar-coated person? Or maybe, you know, that's not my personality. I might come across as a fake person if I'm trying to put up a particular kind of a style of speaking or accent, because
absolutely, Ashmita. That is why I say women feel most empowered when there is a congruence. There's a balance between their inner image and their outer image. And when we sit with the client in the one-to-one image makeovers, we talk about 4 A's. And the most important of that A is authenticity.
Authenticity, yeah.
We need to know who we authentically are and then learn to express it in a way that it becomes a tool to reach our goals much faster.
Okay.
I cannot just tell you to become like, you know, maybe somebody, maybe Mother Teresa, be as compassionate as her. She's a world leader. Or maybe somebody, you know, a Bollywood heroine. Ashmita has to be Ashmita. Be able to get that respect and that success in her life. Otherwise, there's no point of doing all this. So when we sit together, and then that is why I say, first of all, understand yourself. And when there's a professional with you, then I just help you. Sometimes we feel that the clients are able to find out such latent aspects of their personalities, which they even themselves don't know. Then only I help them to express that on the outside to the whole process. So coming to the confidence, I would just simply put it in a very simple definition that confidence is a positive feeling that you are capable of handling a situation successfully. So when I say positive feeling, when we feel positive about our own selves, we feel confident. Is that true? I think we all agree on this one. Let me tell you, the easiest way to feel positive about our own selves is when we dress well, when we dress good, we feel good. And when we feel good, we do good. Let's suppose we are sitting in our pajamas and then we feel lazy. And then you feel, and somebody asks you, to dinner pe chalte hain. And then you would say, ठीक है यार, घर पे मंगा लेते हैं. Have this ever happened with you? Let's suppose that you are dressed up for an occasion and then somebody says, you are dressed up for some official meeting or, nicely dressed and you still have some time left and somebody says, let's go for a dinner. You'll say, yes, to chalte hain. Even sitting at home, when we are in our pajamas or, our nighties, we feel so lethargic. And the day when we feel a little low, you dress up in a nice, good sari. अचानक से बॉडी लैंग्वेज बदल जाती है. ऐसा होता है कि नहीं?
होता है.
Very true. Very true.
बहुत बार होता है.
So this is the power of clothes, which we are going to talk about later. But right now, I'm going to tell you about that positive feeling. The kind of environment that creates a positive feeling for yourself. At times, we cannot change our outer environment, but we can change the inner environment by doing some positive exercises, about which I'll talk later in the program, and also by wearing good clothes, which is a short and quick way of feeling positive. Then the second part is capable of. When you have the skill and knowledge of completing a particular task, then you feel confident. Let's suppose somebody is extremely confident in driving a car. However, if you ask her to cook a 3-course meal, she would suddenly feel, nahi bhai, nahi, mujhe to nahi aata. She cannot feel as confident about that thing because she doesn't know the skill set. She doesn't have that skill set. So that is why learning is important. That makes you feel more confident. The third thing is, when you have already handled that situation, then you are more confident of handling that situation in a better way. And I would say practice is the key to it. To feel more confident, women, there are 3 points I have made today, and they will make you feel super confident in any situation. Number 1 is feeling positive about yourself. Uska bhi tip bata diya hai. Even if you don't have that environment, dress well and you'll feel positive. Second is, learn the skill set which you require for that particular thing. Maybe for public speaking, required to learn the skills of public speaking. Maybe for driving, you need to take those driving lessons and then you feel more confident. And then practice your art and then you'll feel more confident. And confidence is the first thing that takes you places. When I talked about feeling positive, I told you the power our clothes have. So imagine, it's not only the Western clothes that have power. We talked about how a sari can make us feel so gracious and so much more powerful. We all have that one outfit, one favorite outfit in our wardrobe that makes us feel so powerful. Isn't that, women? So imagine our wardrobe is full of clothes. कितना पैसा खर्चा है आप लोगों ने अपनी wardrobe आज तक? May I ask you? कोई बताएगा? I can see people smiling. Maybe lakhs of rupees. हमने अपनी education पे भी लाखों रुपए खर्चे. We use that as a resource to do our job or, move forward in life. We use that as a resource in our professional life. If we have bought a car for, say, 10, 20 lakh of rupees, we are using that as a resource to take us from one place to another place. But have you thought of that the lakhs of rupees that we have invested in our wardrobes, have we ever utilized that resource? No. So I'm going to tell you how to use the power of clothes as a resource to help you reach your goals. And you don't have to spend so much in buying new clothes. You already have so many clothes. Just by adding a few pieces and how to use them to reach your roles and goals. And we all have different goals. So everybody needs a different formula, and I'm there to help you in that. So 3 V's of image management. Now it's clear: visual, vocal, and verbal. Our image is a collection of external messages which we send out. Sometimes these messages which we convey are intentional. Sometimes unintentionally we convey those messages through our appearance, our speech, our actions. We have to be very careful. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he is a favorite of this generation. We Indians, we look at him as the epitome of image, the way he walks, the way he talks, the way he says mitro, and everything which he does is finely crafted by his team of 70 image consultants. And that is the reason why I don't know what kind of work is he doing. I don't know the kind of work is he doing, but I can surely say that he is managing his image in the best possible way. So now, after talking about appearance, I would like to talk about communication, since that is also an extremely important part of our personality. I would tell you quick 5 tips of communication. One is clarity, which one of our attendees told. I think who said that about clarity? That we feel more confident than we have when we have. Yeah, Gargi, you said. Yes, Gargi. Yes, you were absolutely right. That when we have clarity in our communication, we feel confident. When we have concreteness, when we know all the facts and details, then also we feel confident. And to be able to communicate well, we also need to be correct in saying whatever we are saying. Another point which is extremely important is to be able to concise, be short and to the point. Sometimes we keep on talking about, this is my idea, I want to do this and that, then we talk about the whole stories, and the other person is like, yaar, ye kab band honge? Let's not fall into that trap of detailing. We need to be crisp in our communication. And the most important part, which I cannot emphasize enough, is courtesy. We need to be much more polite than what we already are. And there's no end to being polite. All the greatest leaders who have achieved a lot in their life, they haven't done that only by shouting or by trying to control others. They have done by their politeness and clarity of vision. So when I take communication sessions, these are the points which I touch upon in detail. And then depending on your role and goal, since we all have different roles and different goals, so we find out and talk a communication makeover, wherein we talk about all these points. And another important major part of communication is your body language. There's a complete 90-minute session, minimum 90-minute session on your positive body language and how you can use it to your advantage. However, in today's session, I'll tell you some quick tips. And these tips will help you ace your body language in the quickest possible way. And when I say body language, I would talk about our posture. Now I'm here taking this session. Now, let's suppose what happens if you all can see me clearly, even when the screen is shared. Now, let me stop sharing for a moment. Now you all can see me properly. I'm sitting on a chair and a table. Let's suppose if I'm sitting like this. Would you be interested in listening to me?
No. No.
Or if I'm sitting like this?
No.
If I'm sitting like this?
No.
मैं तो वही हूँ. Knowledge which I have is the same. the way I'm addressing is the same. What happens? Suddenly you feel disinterested. And that is the power of your posture. I think it's clear
Yes.
that how important it is to
Yes.
keep a good positive posture. And I'll give you one quick tip with which you will never go wrong with your posture. Wherever you go, whether you are at home or you are in a party or you are delivering an extremely important presentation, simple tip. Roll your shoulders, sit straight, stand straight, and do not slouch. Is that clear? I want somebody to speak up. Roll your shoulders, sit straight, stand straight, and do not slouch. Let me have a few more videos on Tuti, Ashita, who else? How would you like if the whole world is black and white? कैसा लगेगा आप लोगों को? कोई बताएगा? सुषमा, शर्मिला, रेनू, कैसा लगेगा if the whole world is black and white? सिम्मी, रहमान,
बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगेगा क्योंकि कलरफुल लाइफ ही हमेशा अच्छी लगती है. कलर्स ही
ये
अच्छे
किसने
लगते हैं लाइफ में.
बोला? ये किसने बोला?
नितिका.
थैंक यू नितिका. लेकिन अभी तुम देखो मेरी लाइफ तो बिल्कुल ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट बना दिया आप लोगों ने. I can hardly see colors on my screen. सबके तो वीडियोस ऑफ है. These girls add some color to my life. थोड़ा सा मैं भी आपका हंसता हुआ चेहरा देखूं, then I'll be more pumped to deliver. So has this session been interesting till now?
Yes.
So I want some more videos. Let me see who's going to switch on the videos. Thank you, Renu. Thank you so much. Thank you, Payal. Thank you so much. Rupa, Abhishek, I'm waiting for your videos to be on. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for making these videos on. So now we remember how to sit straight, stand straight, and do not slouch. It is the easiest tip I can give you. And best body language practices jaldi se bata deti hu because the session will otherwise go on and on. So best body language tips. Number 1 is the first prize goes to, who will say with me?
Smile.
Yay! सबके चेहरे मुझे हंसते हुए दिख रहे हैं. When you look at a smiling face, suddenly and unintentionally you start smiling. क्या होता है ना, कभी कभी we are sitting at home, we are in a bad mood, इनफैक्ट आंसू भी आ रहे होते हैं और कई बार ऐसे मूड ऑफ होता है. उसके बाद क्या होता है अचानक, थैंक यू अभिषेक फॉर स्विचिंग ऑन योर वीडियो, थैंक यू सो मच. Suddenly somebody comes and says, I'm going to click a picture, smile. Then you suddenly say, and you start feeling good. Has that ever happened with you?
Yes.
Thank you, Nitika. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yes, it happens with my kids.
Yes. So smile is a short way of making you feel good. So I would tell you to practice smiling all day. And how to do that? Let's start smiling when we are doing something which we do daily. Now you can think of one activity which you do daily. Let's start from Ashish. Ashish, which is one activity which you do daily, जो जरूरी करते हो?
Brushing my teeth.
Don't tell me, brushing my teeth में तो तुम smile कर ही रहे होते हो.
I do mirror work also every day in the morning.
Okay. So whenever you do mirror work, I would like you to smile even more deeper.
Sure.
Homemakers, whenever we are cooking, who all like to cook? Yes, Ashmita, Shilpa. Yes. We all like cooking. We do cook every day. So now this is a small assignment from me to all of you, that whenever you are cooking, you are going to smile. We're not smiling for anybody to look at us. We are smiling because it makes us feel
Good.
good. And when you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, all the good vibes will enter your food. How does that sound?
Good.
A big smile on that note? Yes. And in fact, that is just the initiation point. I would tell you to keep smiling all day. When I say all day, उसमें से आधा दिन तो कर ही लोगे. आधा दिन नहीं करोगे तो उससे आधा कर लोगे. So all the best to all of us, because when we smile, the whole world smiles with us. Second important body language practice is make eye contact. Whenever we look at a person, do acknowledge them by making an eye contact. Even if you are in a group, take a moment to look into everybody's eyes for a moment at least and give and acknowledge them. When you talk to someone while making eye contact, the other person feels important, and that is how you create positivity and bond between you and that person. Second is, the third one is stand straight, about which I told you in the last slide also. And another one is stop fidgeting. At times what happens, we have something in our hands and we end up playing with that. Yes. And you know, sometimes we end up playing with our bracelets, or maybe the ring, or maybe the phone which we have, and things like that. So I would like you to stop fidgeting immediately. This is something which creates a bad impression. That shows that you are being bored, and nobody likes, you know, that kind of makes you feel, makes your image, lowers your authority. So stop fidgeting completely. Now the next slide is knowing your own self. So in image management, the first and foremost, I talked about appearance, the outer image. I talked about communication. And then I would say communication, body language is an integral part of non-verbal communication. And now we come to our inner talk, inner communication. What are we communicating to our own selves? Has it ever happened with you that a friend of yours comes to you and tells her challenges to you, and then how do you console her? Can anyone unmute and tell me? Let's suppose a friend of yours comes and tells you that this is the project which she had been doing and she has failed in doing so, or maybe she couldn't do that particular work well, or she had some tests and she couldn't make the kind of dinner she had wanted. Has ever anybody confided in you like that?
Many a time.
What do you tell her?
Don't lose hope.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do better next time.
Mm-hmm.
As of now, just whatever is gone, whatever is done, just forget about it.
Good.
Look forward to a new start. That's all.
Yes.
As a friend.
Learn from your experience.
Yes, learn from your experience. What else?
There is always a second chance.
Yes. We all say that.
Yeah.
Have you ever said this thing to your friend who's in trouble that tu to hai bewakoof? Have you ever done this thing?
No.
Or have you ever said that you always do that? You are good for nothing.
बहुत बार हुआ है, हमने भी किया है और लोगों ने हमारे साथ भी किया है.
तो अश्मिता, कैसा लगा जब लोगों ने तुम्हारे साथ किया?
बहुत खराब लगा, बहुत बुरा लगा.
मुझे इतना बताना, कभी खुद के साथ ऐसा करते हो? How many times has Ashmita told herself, good for nothing, Ashmita?
होता है, कभी-कभी कोई चीज में frustration आता है, you don't achieve a particular thing, you say it to yourself, oh, maybe I'm not capable. बहुत बार होता है, खुद का self confidence.
पजामा फटा हुआ है, अच्छा पॉकेट है, अच्छा मतलब फटा हुआ. ढीला ढीला पहने गिर नहीं जाएगी.
At times it happens that we end up
करो ना, मैंने कहा था ना
ऊपर कर. Doing all that. Yes, it happens. And in today's session, I would say to develop your inner strengths, like we decided to smile, let's decide that we will not ever talk negatively to our own selves. When we take sessions, we learn how to communicate. People even at at that level in their profession, they still hire trainers, learn the art of communication. But who is going to teach you the art of communicating positively with your own self? So it all begins from here, and here. Let's decide, even if we do the worst kind of mistake in our lives, never ever ridicule yourself. Because whatever you say, you create. And you have the responsibility to do it. Be kind to your own self. Like we expect others to be kind to us, and we are kind to others. Let's be kind to our own selves also. And if we ever feel that I'm not good enough, let's work on attaining that new skill. However, do not ridicule or no negative self-talk, never. Who's there with me on this one? अभी तुम अपने आप से अंदर ही अंदर बात करोगे ना, मैं सुन लूंगी. So never ever talk negatively with yourself. Another thing which is very important in creating a great
Aarti, I just want to ask something.
Yes, who's saying?
Stuti.
Yes, Stuti, most welcome.
I just want to ask, if something negative always comes, which is targeting onto you, how can we overcome that?
Okay, Stuti, now first of all, I would like you to reframe your question and drop the word always from it.
My problem is, as you know, my younger one is having a problem. So sometimes every time that thing comes to my mind, that why this happened to her, how can I just overcome all that? So at times it feels bad. So how can I overcome this thing for me?
First thing first, let's stop all the negative words from our self-talk. One is that using always. When I say it always happens that people talk negatively about the situation, or I feel negative, so we are kind of inviting it to be forever. So now reframe it by saying that many a times it happens. Now आधे time तो आपने हटा दिया ना, आधे time बचा, so आपकी problem तो 50% हो गई. अभी उसको डील करना आसान हो गया, rest 50% हम 1-to-1 session में डील कर लेंगे.
Thank you.
So these are small pointers. Yes, I understand, Stuti. All these things run much deeper than I can ever talk about in this small session. However, this is a constant work of practice, constant practice that we have to keep practicing on our own selves and build a stronger inner image. Only then we'll be able to express it on the outside and we feel much more empowered. But know your triggers. What are the things that make you feel low about yourself? What are the trigger points which make you feel bad? When you are able to actually know them, when you are able to address them, that is the first step of completely overcoming them. Unless you know yourself. So as an image consultant, I sit with the client and help the clients know the deeper aspects of their personality. Only then we can find out the gap areas. हमको काम कहाँ करना है? What we talk about when we generally say about, tell others about our problems or our triggers, we generally talk about the outer symptoms. जैसे पीछे कोविड में people go to the doctor and say मुझे खांसी आ रही है, मेरा गला दुख रहा है, जुकाम हो रहा है, fever हो रहा है. What are these? These are the symptoms of the underlying problem, the disease called COVID. What we talk to our friends, what we generally talk about with our family members are just the symptoms. And then the doctor finds out diagnosis. And that is how we have to sit with the professional person and know about our own selves. And that is why we have a session called Image Scope. And that is a diagnostic session in which we talk about all the details, different aspects of our lives and how we deal with it. Find out the gap areas. Unless we know the gap areas, how can we overcome that? So know your triggers. We all try to keep the remote of our TV in our hands. We try to keep the remote of our AC in our hands. Has that happened? At home, we all try to keep all the remotes in our control, and our own remote is generally in other person's control. And the family members know very well which points to, which buttons to push and trigger. So girls, I would just tell you to be a little more responsible. Let the AC remote go in their hand. Let the TV remote go in their hand, but keep your own remote in our own hands. Sure? That is where the work starts. Know your triggers and do not let anyone press the wrong buttons. Yes, the next one is to feel good. We all like to go for music. में जैसा भी म्यूजिक पसंद है, कौन शेयर करेगा कैसा म्यूजिक पसंद है? शिल्पा, what kind of music do you like?
All genres of music.
Oh, wow. Shruti, what about you?
Old songs.
Old songs.
I love Kishore Kumar songs.
Oh, wonderful. Old Bollywood songs. Abhishek, why don't you share the kind of music you like?
Hindustani classical, generally old Bollywood songs too.
Great. Gargi, Shivani, I'm all ears.
All kind of songs.
Ghazals. Jagjit Singh.
Ghazal किसको पसंद है?
Jagjit Singh.
Jagjit Singh, yes. मेरा favorite genre of music is bhajans. I can sing and listen to bhajans day and night. मेरे बच्चे कहते हैं मम्मी तो क्लब जाएंगी ना, वहां भी भजन बजवाएंगी. But own your choices. Whatever you like, bring out some time, be in that phase, what you like, because music brings that positivity in us, which nothing else can. So do not be disassociated with your choices. Invest some time in. अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है सुबह के टाइम चला लो, बैकग्राउंड में चलता रहेगा. It will help you feel calmer. Now, this is a very important activity जो मैं बताने जा रही हूँ. ये बड़ी सीक्रेट है, जल्दी से बता देती हूँ, टाइम होता जा रहा है. This is called the feedback folder. Because I want all of you to feel very good about yourself. Because unless you feel good about yourself, we don't feel that much power to handle all the different situations that we have to handle every day. बड़ा अच्छा सा एक सीक्रेट तुम्हें बताती हूँ. ना कितनी बार ऐसा हुआ है that people appreciate you on different aspects of your life. Okay, you cook so well, you drive so well, or maybe a client says, thank you ma'am, the way you have handled this project is remarkable. And at times people send you some very good feedback. Ashish, this must have happened with you, I'm 100% sure, with all of us. अच्छा feedback मिलता है ना? Yes. So I would like you to make a folder, a feedback jar. Interesting सा सुंदर सा jar बना लो and start putting slips in that, on which write down what all good things people have said about you. You know what happens when people tell negative things about us? हम चाह के भी भूल नहीं पाते हैं. They stick to our heart. And this is my favorite quote, which I always tell others, that negative comments are like Velcro. They get stuck to us. And positive feelings, positive thoughts are like Teflon coating. We all have that non-stick pan in our house. होता है ना, उस पे oil डालो वो. That is the reason why we every day have to feed ourselves with positive thoughts. Because negativity gets stuck to us. वो तो 10 साल पहले की भी negative comment याद है जो किसी ने बोला था when I went to that particular party. लेकिन positive हम भूल जाते हैं. So girls, make a beautiful folder or make a feedback jar जिसके अंदर छोटी-छोटी पर्चियां डाल दो, and whenever you feel low about yourself, open that and read. कोई नहीं आके करने वाला. You have to do this for yourself. Who is going to do this? जल्दी बताओ, मुझे ग्रुप में लिख के बताना that I created one. Okay, Stuti, great. Who else? Who else?
Me.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Our own self.
Oh, yes. Yes. And that will be your own secret tool to make you feel good. The next one is self-love activity. आप में से कौन है जिसको जो सबको प्यार करना चाहता है? हम सब चाहते हैं ना, सब हमें प्यार करें, ऐसा भी हम चाहते हैं. We all want love from our family members, our friends, people who know us. It is a basic need. I think you all love your friends, your families. ऐसा कोई है जो बोलता है no, I don't love anybody? कोई तो होगा, बताओ. No? We all love to give love and love to receive love. So I would just say, let's start by giving that love to yourself. The love that you freely give to others, start giving it to your own self. We all deserve that love. And how to do that? हैरानगी लगती है ना कई बार. How can we love ourselves? बच्चों को प्यार करना comes naturally. Family को प्यार करना comes naturally. But loving our own self doesn't come naturally. There are certain tips and tricks I would like to share with you. You can write it down and send it to me on the personal WhatsApp or maybe in the group, maybe in our Mindful Living community group. कौन करेगा पहले बताओ? बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी है, you would love. पहले बताओ, हाथ खड़ा करो तब भी शेयर करूंगी. Thank you, Shilpa. Who else? Let me see all the videos.
Me.
Shivani, thank you.
Me,
Abhishek?
Renu.
Renu, thank you. Nitika, thank you. Abhishek, I couldn't see your hand. All those people whose videos are not on, I would request you. Shubhra, thank you so much. Anjana, thank you so much. बड़ी interesting activity है, अब भी बताती हूँ. I want all of you to write 25 things that you love about yourself. Can you write 25 things? Do you think there are too many? Anything and everything. You may start by writing, I have lovely eyelashes. It could be as physical as possible. It could be as deep as your empathetic nature. Anything that you love about yourself. The way I make the bed, the way I lay the table, the way I make appraisal report, anything. Write 25 things about yourself. I can tell you many more things. Make a list of 20 reasons why my clients love working with me. Make a list of 20 reasons why I'm an awesome friend. Who's going to write that? कौन है दोस्तों का दोस्त, यारों का यार? 20 times achieved something amazing. And the list goes on and on. Connect with me if I can give you 100 ways to love yourself. So are we ready to love our own selves?
Yes. Yes.
So give that love to yourself which you freely give to others. Just इसी बात पे सब ऐसे करके जोर से hug करो. Yes, and how does that feel? Amazing. Yes. After this self-love activity, थोड़ा सा jump करें. कौन खड़ा हो रहा है? And see, best prize, जिसको one who would perform the best will get maximum discount on my services. I want all of you to stand now. मैं भी खड़ी हो रही हूँ. ठीक है. And let's start dancing. Yeah. Ashish, I can see. Yeah, Stuti. Yeah. खूब मजा आ रहा है शिवानी, मुझे बहुत मजा आ रहा है. ये रेनू, कृतिका, अश्मिता, आशिता, कितनी देर चल रहा है हमारा डांस पार्टी? कितनी देर चलेगा? आशिक मना तो नहीं करेगा? टाइम हो रहा है। वाह शिवानी वाह, ये गार्गी, आई कांट सी यू डांसिंग। बैठे बैठे कर लो भंगड़ा। ये यस, ऑसम। जल्दी कर रही हूँ वरना आधा घंटा हम लोग नाचते ऐसे। Clap for yourself. कैसा लग रहा है? गर्मी आ गई?
थोड़ी थोड़ी
थोड़ी थोड़ी। So make this part of your routine. Now I'll tell you so many things. Routine कैसे सेट करनी है, भूल जाते हो करने पर। सब कुछ आज नहीं बताने वाली because we have a time limit. Another thing, after dancing, cool down हो जाओ, take a deep breath, and let's talk about what women love and sometimes detest, and that is makeup. Who loves makeup and who doesn't like? कौन बताएगा? Stuti, do you like makeup? No. Shilpa? No.
I just add a dash of lipstick at the most.
Who's this?
Shilpa.
Shilpa. Okay, lipstick, that's all right. Who else?
I like
Ashmita, what
makeup.
about you? Like makeup? I love makeup.
I love also makeup.
I like makeup which is like little presentable and it is not very loud, but I do love makeup.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, girls. I know, no need to take up yourself, and we are not going for a modeling assignment. However, a little effort every day would make you feel so good. A little effort, thoda liner laga liya, thoda kajal laga liya. When you wear that ethnic suit and then you wear a matching bindi, alag hi dikhti ho. Use that lipstick, thoda sa. We say, नहीं मुझे ये सब पसंद नहीं है, हमें सबको पसंद है. It's just that we don't want to do that effort, that extra bit. So yes, girls, you feel more confident when you put a little makeup. This is how we girls are made. In cavemen, their women used to put all the kind of colors by, rubbing flowers and all on their faces. So let's accept our femininity. We all love to dress up. We all love a little color to add it to our life. So do that extra effort. 5 minute लगेंगे, and you'll feel much more presentable. और लोग भी बोलेंगे, आज तो कुछ खास है आप में. आज तो कुछ खास है. And who doesn't like to have compliments? And affirmations, we all know the importance of affirmations. Affirmations are positive talk, positive sentences which we tell ourselves. So whenever you get up every day, the first thing which you need to do is to smile, thank God for an amazing day, and say all the kind things which you can say. Say what you want to have in your life. Tell yourself, don't ridicule yourself, don't talk negatively about yourself. ये कैसे होगा? सुबह उठते ही चिंता हो रही है. ये कैसे होगा? Hey, how can I handle this? Instead of that, say positive things. I'm in charge of my life. And repeat it. I can always take the best decision. I'm confident to handle any situation in life. When you talk about all this first thing in the morning, you feel much more empowered to face that lovely day. And in the end, I would say, pranayam कौन-कौन करता है यहाँ पे? Ashish, Shilpa, Stuti, who else? Anjana, who else?
बीच बीच में छूट जाता है, रोज नहीं हो पाता है, बट हफ्ते में 2-3 बार जरूर होता है.
मैं बहुत टिप बता रही हूँ, कभी नहीं छूटेगा. Not talking about सुबह उठ के जो 15 मिनट या आधा घंटा प्राणायाम करते हो. I'm not there to make that habit for you. It's you who has to decide whether you want to make that habit or not. We all know the positive, effects of pranayama. I would tell you, every day, every now and then, when you are busy doing your work, when your head is into the work, when your hands are tired of doing the kind of work you are doing, that one moment away. When the eyes are tired of looking at the laptop, when you are tired of doing everything for everyone in the family, that one moment and take a few deep breaths. Inhale confidence and exhale self-doubt. घंटे बाद, 2 घंटे बाद, टाइमर लगा लो अपने फोन में. And take a few deep breaths. You'll feel you are much more calmer than you have always been. Even if you skip that morning pranayam, doing this every now and then, when it becomes a part of your life, you will feel much more empowered. Your inner self also, and in the outer world also. And the last slide is, again, I cannot reinforce this anymore. That is
Smile.
Smile. Smile is the gift given to humans. It's a unique gift given by God. Animals can speak. Animals can bring out sounds, but animals can't smile. The smile is God's signature on our face. And as I told you, as an image consultant, I teach people how to utilize your resources, and your smile is your biggest asset. और ये कहता है कि थोड़ा सा मुस्कुराते हैं तो काम करवा लेते हैं. We women are good at that. Aren't we? थोड़ा सा मुस्कुराने से पिक्चर अच्छी आ जाती है, तो हमेशा मुस्कुराने से जिंदगी भी अच्छी हो जाएगी. Who agrees with me? I want to see a grin on the faces of all my participants. Yeah, but keep smiling. So that's all from me. And as this is my favorite mindful living community, and I would like to offer this, Ashish knows, Ashmita knows that last time when I came to mindful living community, that was the first time I had ever offered a discount. And today also, for all my participants, all the mindful living community members, again, I'm giving 50% discount on a complete image makeover. And this includes all the 4 makeovers, which is appearance makeover, communication makeover, etiquette makeover, and self-realization makeover. And these are super interesting sessions, online or offline. You are most welcome to come to my office in Nehru Place, New Delhi, or online. I take sessions. I give sessions to people from all different walks of life, CEOs to mid-level management, from homemakers to entrepreneurs all over the globe, from India, Dubai, Pune, Mumbai, Indore, and in USA. So everything is online. Anybody who has any questions, any doubts about this package or the whole session, any questions, they are all welcome. These are my social media handles. I would post that in our group also, and I want all of you to follow me. I'll stop sharing now, and any questions, most welcome.
Thank you, Aarti. Thanks a lot for such a wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Aarti. We are friends. We know you have thoroughly enjoyed the session, but we would appreciate if you can take 30 seconds and fill out the feedback form that we have just shared in the chat. Your feedback is very valuable to us. So please take 30 seconds, fill this out, and type FD, feedback done, once you have filled out the feedback form. And we have also shared the link to the WhatsApp community of Mindful Living. Thank you, Ashmita. And you can use this link to join our community and stay updated about the awesome events that we do every weekend. Like I shared earlier, the session next weekend is on super learning. So, please come and hear Deepti Gupta talk about how we can use visualization and focus to develop our super learning powers and how that helps us perform better. Also, the session after that is on book reading session on The Greater Good, The Greatest Secret by Rhonda Burns, which is on 26th March. So these are two upcoming sessions. And in April, we've got some exciting sessions related to health. In April, we celebrate World Health Day. So we have some awesome sessions there. Thank you, Aarti, for sharing your number. So friends, there are a lot of assignments which Aarti has shared. Please fill them out and get in touch with her. I'll be doing that myself. 25 things I love about myself. That was an awesome one, Aarti. I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Yes. And if there are any questions regarding appearance, behavior, communication, or how to project your best self, how to know your inner image and express it on the outside, feel free to ask me any questions. Reach out to me. In fact, Ashish, let me see. I have a Ashita, are you there?
Yeah.
So Ashita is one of my clients, and I am orally thankful to her that she's found out she's a busy person, but she's found out this 5 minutes. In fact, I have a couple of clients from Mindful Living, but they were busy today. So thank you, Ashita. Over to her. She would like to share her experience.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So, I'll just share I'll just take a little time of you guys. So I'm from Chandigarh and I got married in Gurgaon. And before that, I was running my own, own apparel store in Chandigarh. And when I shifted to Delhi, it was a very different thing because I joined government. So I got this job with the government, with Ministry of Road Transport, where communication was my main forte. So, that's the time when I found Aarti, and I looked up for this course, and the best thing, so I took the entire package from her, which includes image makeover to communication, because, a lot of times, I think it's very important to, even though I always felt that I knew how to communicate and, I don't really need any help. But, when you are in a particular environment, I think it's important to seek, it's very important to seek professional help to take that step in your career as well. So I took image makeover, understanding myself, and the other course, which is even the etiquettes and the how to dress up at work, which is very important because, coming from a fashion background and suddenly landing up in a government job, it was a huge transition. And initially I couldn't understand because I was wearing jeans and, those normal basic sort of clothes. And that's the time when, Aarti walked in and she told me how to dress up, also how much to speak, because a lot of times what happens is, coming from a business background, I used to speak my mind out and I would not know where to stop. So again, at that place, Aarti played a major role, telling me that, how much to talk, how to write the mails, how to become. I was a little nervous initially when I landed in this job. And today, I have my own communication firm wherein my entire job is only to kind of help other companies, how to kind of manage their businesses and, and also kind of help them with graphic design and all those things. So, but I think hats off to Aarti, who helped me through and through in this journey, especially in the beginning when I was so nervous, landing up in a bigger city and, kind of wanting to try to establish myself. That's the time when she held hands. Also, the personal touch which I got with her, she wasn't just like a professional who's helping me out and, time khatam ho gaya, so that's it. She took that extra step and she was always there whenever I got stuck. Even if I got stuck with writing a mail, I would call her or message her and she would very promptly reply back. And that's the kind of person you need in this journey. I mean, it's just not about, saying that these are the 4 modules and we've covered them. Aisa nahi hota. You need help everywhere. And it's not that immediately while you're studying and during a session, the questions pop up. They pop up later. And that's the time when you need this person who can tell you, okay, I taught you this, implied, you should use this over here. So I think that was really, really, really helpful. Even image makeover was drastic because she was the one who told me, no, wear longer kurtas, longer, sleeves, because you're going to a government, this thing, no junk jewelry, all those things, which I probably didn't understand. But with time and with her help, I understood that this is the way, you have to dress up at, say, a specific environment. And the moment I would come home, I would obviously again transition into whatever. And then again, even at a party, how to accessorize, all those things, especially self-realization is really good, the cost that is there. Who you are and how to project yourself. That module really was very good and very interesting. And also a lot of gyan comes with her, a lot of bhajan, a lot of, a lot of affection. She's a very affectionate person. Not only this, even in my personal journey, there have been so many, a lot of points I was having issues settling in with my husband, with in-laws, all those things. Aarti has guided me through and through. She was my go-to person wherever I got stuck, be it with the boss or be it with the mother-in-law.
Thank you so much, Ashita. You have been extremely kind with your feedback. Thank you so much. God bless you. And thank you so much for being there. And I would say that you play a major role because you kind of implemented all the things which you learned.
Certainly. It's because of you I've been able to venture out and start off on my own.
Thank you so much. You've been extremely kind, Ashita. Thank you so much. Any other question? Thank you, Ashita, for bringing this time.
Thank you.
Any questions? I'm always there. And right now, if Ashish permits, I can take a few questions.
Sure. I think we can stay on for another 5 or 10 minutes if people have questions. And while we're waiting for questions, I would really appreciate Ashita for reaching out and taking help. Many a times we feel that winning is a solo game, but winning is not a solo game. Every winner, every senior person has a team of coaches and that support the winning activities of the CEO or the athlete. So please reach out to Aarti or to the coaches that you have around you and take help and grow yourself professionally, personally, in every area of life. Friends, we have shared the link to our WhatsApp community. In case you have not yet joined, please do. And we have also shared, Aarti has also kindly shared her contact details. So feel free to connect with her any point of time. It looks like we don't have any more questions. Thank you very much for taking out time and joining us. Thank you, Aarti, for this lovely, lovely session. It's a weekend. I'm going to go out with my family now, and I also wish all of you to have fun over the weekend and come back next Saturday fully charged. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Aarti. Thank you, Ashish. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bless
Thank you, Aarti. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Session.
Really appreciate it. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.